Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Can we start
Okay.
or?
Yeah. Shakuntala, are you ready? Hello, Shakuntala, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So today we'll start now. Okay. Sarvesh, are you ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good morning, student. I, Dr. Sanjivani Nalkar, member of CSIT department and convener of Alumni Committee, wants to welcome you all for this Alumni Guidance session. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Sarvesh Belose, who is the member of our Alumni Committee. He is having 12 years of techno-functional experience in leading, managing, executing services on a large-scale enterprise application with teams. He has also worked as a part of a product design, product design, and management, delivery, and enhancement at CRISIL company. Presently, he is working as an associate director at a CRISIL company. Welcome, Sarvesh. He is here to guide you on the topic interview preparation and career path selection. So without wasting time, I request him to start his lecture. Over to you, Sarvesh.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that introduction. So I'll put on my video. I mean, it's possible for you guys to put on your videos. That will be better, so that at least we'll feel that we are interacting in this session. I'll just okay. So good morning, everyone, uh, and let's have this session more interactive, so that we can understand better. And if you guys have any doubts or any query, you can stop me whenever we are talking. It's not a lecture sort of thing, but it's a discussion we'll have on the career path and what are the current opportunities in the IT field and around it. So I don't have any of formal PPT wherein I can run through slides and tell you that these are some certain rules which you can follow to be successful in the IT field. Okay, so let me introduce myself. So I was from the first batch of BSc-IT from JVM from 2009. So since then, I am working in IT field. Currently, I'm working with the CRISIL Ltd as an associate director, and I'm be working in Java J2E and around frameworks of Java, and recently started working on the cloud technologies. So before starting, ma'am, I would like to know the audience, right? So are these all TY or SY also students? Hello.
Sarvesh, they are from both the classes. SYT, SYCS is also there, and TYT, TYCS is also there.
Okay. Thank you. So I mean, the question once you enter TY is like what to do next, and what are the opportunities, and what things we can do, and the ultimate aim is to be successful in terms of job or in terms of anything what we do in our career. So let's say when you move out of the college, okay, you get into a pool of people wherein the people will be coming from lot of colleges, lot of university, lot of different courses, different syllables. So there we need to stand out so that we get that opportunity. So first thing I will say for today is what we should do when we are in college. So basically, if I can remember, so whatever syllables we have for CS or IT, okay, so whatever topics we are studying, let's say, for example, let's take a Java technologies, okay. So in your academics, you will have a Java as a topic, Python as a topic, or .NET for that matter as a topic. So whenever you are in college, just don't uh, try and learn that technology for the academics purpose. So let's say currently Currently, we are in the 5th sem and we have a topic Advanced Java. So what we can do, we can take up one short course. There are lot many YouTube channels wherein you can understand the concepts on the Java technology. So what will happen in parallel to your academics, you will be able to understand the concepts also, because right now there are many YouTube channels which help us to understand the concept in a better manner, because in college we'll only target on the syllables what we have, but there are many things just because of the time constraint in the academics. So academics is only 6 months of syllabus, so there is a constraint. So technology can't be understand in only in 6 months. So there is a huge potential or huge topics in every technology. So that you can understand all the topics, you will have to go through videos. So that we can follow while we are in colleges. And once we move out of the college, okay, so you will be landing in the big pool. Okay, so we'll have to stand out. So what we can do after college? So there are 2-3 options to be specifically mentioned. जो सबके दिमाग में होता है, एक जॉब या फिर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट. ओके, so anyone who is willing to do post graduation, that is also a good option. That also gives the advantage in terms of uh, having that post graduation degree, because if you want to move out or if you want to move out of India, uh, you'll require to have postgraduate, so that you stand out again with their point system. And if you don't do post graduation, that is also fine, because currently what, as per market, if you have the experience, anyone is willing to give you the job. uh, it doesn't depend on where you are coming from, which college, which university. If you have that knowledge, so you are most welcomed. So in terms of post graduation, there are many fields you can do post graduation, but while doing the post graduation also, don't do only that post graduation. You should also follow the online courses or offline courses where you can enhance that same syllabus knowledge, so that, because see, once you do uh, a degree, okay, there are chances that you will have the uh, placements. But whenever you are doing post graduation also, it's the same thing, because there you have to select a college wherein you can get the post placements, wherein you can be placed. But to get placed also, you will require to have the knowledge beyond what there in the syllables. So syllables is mandatory, what we can learn and what we can understand. But beyond that, there is the knowledge outside syllables also, that we'll have to focus. Now, how we can focus on that knowledge? So there are YouTube channels, there are Udemy, Coursera. So you can grab those courses, and those are not like in thousands. Okay, you can get it in 400, 500. At least try and understand one concept, so that when you are moving out of college, you will have that knowledge, in-depth knowledge of a particular technology. So let's move to the next topic on the job part. Okay. So when I say job, so most of the people think how much money I will earn, what will be the package, should it be a should it be a big brand, should it be a outside job. Okay, so it all depends. Okay, so as I can understand from my experience, there's a huge opportunity in terms of money benefits, in terms of where you can go. So there are a lot of opportunities if you have a particular knowledge required that point in time. So let's say when we graduated in 2009, there was no cloud technology, no data science, no DevOps. There was .NET, Java, testing, these 3 fields. That time opportunities was not that larger. Okay, but right now there are many things that is happening in IT, so that brings a lot of opportunities for you guys to explore and take your career forward in that. So Once you graduate, you will not understand where I should go. Okay, but then there is some comfort level. Let's say someone likes to do coding, so that person can select a development as a career. Okay, someone who like testing, that guy can select testing as the career. Okay, so let's say what are the opportunities in terms of job. So I list down 4 5 things, top things which are uh, currently in a boom in the market. So first thing is the data science. Second is the software development. Third is testing. Fourth is DevOps. Fifth is cloud technology. So I'll come one by one on this topic. So let's say first topic is data science. So I think many of you heard or seen the ads now in TV also, that data science courses have been offered by XYZ university. So data science is the topmost thing happening currently, and it will stay for next 10 15 years at least in the boom, because the technology has very less number of people who understand the data science. So as the demand is high, but supply is really low. So you get the opportunity, you get the more money in the data science. But how we can do the data science? That's the first question. So as of now, there are certain universities who provides the post graduation in data science. So this can be one of the option when you complete your graduation. So you can do a post graduation diploma in data science. So there are many universities. While selecting the university, just check whether they are providing a placements, because even if you do any course, you don't get placed. Okay, then the struggle is real actually. So you'll have to struggle a lot in the market, because data science is the huge field wherein you'll have to understand the data, you'll understand the technology, and there is a math component also. So if you are good in mathematics, so you should take the data science as the career. And let's say you took a post graduation course in data science. Okay, so after that, there should be a placement with that university. There are many top universities who provides this data science, and it takes around 2 years to complete this complete data science graduation. So I'm not asking you to do 6 months, 3 months course, at least for data science. So if you want to be in data science, you should at least do a course of 2 years, because it is not that in 3 months or 6 months you will be able to understand the data and what is the science behind that data. Okay, to understand the science behind the data, first we need to understand what is data. So there are universities which will help you in that. So anyone who wants to go in data science, they should follow a post graduation thing after the BSc graduation, and with the placement, of course. And why I'm saying placement? So the universities which are conducting these courses, so the what you can say, the guidance which they provide from the people, those people are already working in the data science field. So let's say you have one who is teaching you some part in data science. So that person is not the full time one. So those are from the actual industry. So they help you to build your resume also, and they help you to get the job. I can't say get the job, but I can say they will at least schedule an interview. So then it's up to you again to get able to cross that line of the interview. But they will help you in that. So while selecting that course, please check that if they are providing the placements or not. Okay, and take it from the genuine university. Uh, Most probably, I will say online. Okay, but I'm not sure how offline courses will be, because I have seen many people doing uh, IIT Bangalore courses for data science. So that's the master program. and check the eligibility also. What are the eligibility, and take that call. But data science is the next thing in the IT. Okay. Second, anyone have any questions, or we can take it in the last. Or if you have any questions, please ask me. We will pause here for 2 minutes, at least on what needs to be done in college, or in the data science topic. I'll pause it for 2 minutes. Let me know if anyone has any question.
Student, if you have any doubt, you can ask Sarvesh, sir.
I think no one is interested in data science.
I think they are not having doubts, Sarvesh.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so the next topic is DevOps. Okay, so what is DevOps? DevOps is development and the operation. Okay, so what happens when whenever you, let's say you are a software developer and you are doing coding, so that code has to be deployed somewhere. That code has to be accessed by some user. There are a lot of things happening behind that. Okay, so if you write code, that's your job as a software developer, but that needs to be deployed, that needs to be maintained. So all these things comes under DevOps. So there are many, again, universities which provides this DevOps courses. So this can be one of the good option, wherein let's say someone who are good in coding, but little bit, not very good in coding, but understand the code, understand the syntax, and understand the logic, how it's happening, and who also understand the software installation part also. So that people can choose the DevOps. So I think I got one question: what type of math is required? So normal mathematics, but they will have. So when we say data science, so let's say okay, so let's say we got pool of students now. Okay, so someone will ask you to fill up the survey. Okay, what do you like, coffee or tea? So they will collect the data. Okay, 75 students. So we'll collect the data of 75 students and we'll study that data. To study that data, they will have some mathematical functions, uh, linear linear integrations and all. They will apply it. So there are models which they have to write. So to writing that model, whoever is that data scientist, okay. So there are many positions also in data science. Data scientists, or just to collect the data. So there are different positions. But let's say if you are a model developer, okay, so then you will have to understand the linear regression, all these methodologies. But it's a high mathematics. It's not normal, but they will help you to understand that because it's a 2 years course. And if you are good in mathematics, whatever mathematics we have learned till now, that is best. So it is not like you will have complete understanding and then you are moving into data science. It's not the case. So you'll have to have basic understanding of the mathematics. That will do for data science, because you are the one who will be building the models. So which will, let's say you're talking about this example of coffee and tea. So uh, let's say now we have studied data of 75 people. Okay, so what I will do, I will randomly pull one guy. Okay, so based on this feedback, we should predict whether he will have a coffee or tea. To predict that, we will be creating a model behind. So let's say Sarvesh will come, Sarvesh will fill up the form and submit. Then our program should tell whether Sarvesh will have coffee or tea. So to predict that, there are some linear regression. So uh, there are what you call there are different models. Okay, to develop that models, mathematics is required, but it's a normal mathematics what we have learned today. I have seen people who even don't understand the maths uh, are there in data science and doing quite well. So for that, I think I'll ask you to take a look at the post graduation diploma, which will be of 2 years at least, so that you get the in-depth knowledge. So I hope I have answered your question, Pratik. Please confirm. So we are talking about the DevOps. So DevOps is the one of the field wherein, let's say, I'm not interested that much in development. I'm not interested in testing, but I know how to install softwares, how to manage softwares, which software need to be used in what case. So let's say, as we are using Google Meet, okay. So let's say I want to conduct a meeting. So I know that I should use Google Meet. I should not use any player or video player or something like that, right? So people who have understanding of this software can go to DevOps. Again, for DevOps, you can do offline courses that will help, and even online, but look at from the 100% placement, because in DevOps, uh, let me tell you, in DevOps, let's say you got experience of 2 years. So as of now, what I can understood from the current industry or current market, even 2 years people can draw a salary of more than 10 lakhs. Okay. Again, it depends on the knowledge of the person. And in DevOps, there are many tools. There are many tools you'll have to understand, and there are certifications specifically for DevOps. So if you are certified in some of the technologies, so that will help you. Okay. Let me know in the chat if anyone has any question on DevOps. So next topic is the cloud technologies. I think many of you have heard on the cloud technologies. So what is cloud technology? Let's say currently or previously, in the legacy world, what we used to have the physical servers, which will be there in the rack, okay, and you will be accessing that server. Let's say today, I think that I want to start one startup, okay. So what things are required? Like, of course, manpower is required. Of course, the idea is required, but there has to be infrastructure which I have to create. So let's say what I will think, okay, I want a machine of 128 GB RAM and this processor, uh, then this amount of hard disks. So a lot of things are involved here. So what I will do, I will go to a shop, I will buy that server. Let's say for a 1 lakh, we have bought that server and we have started our startup. But with coming cloud as a technology, what has happened that people can create servers in a minute, literally in a minute, and that too with my own customized configuration. Otherwise, you'll have to call up that IT person, then will come with the server. You will install it uh, on your premises. So there are a lot of operational things were there, but cloud came in as a solution for this problem. So click, in a click of a thing, you can create a server customized to yourself and whatever configuration you want. Now, how this is helping the uh, industry? Okay, so when you developed a software, let's say we are developing a software for JVM. Okay, so we have developed a software, and the software development cost was, let's say, uh, 10,000 rupees. Okay, so now JVM said that, okay, we want to purchase that software. Okay, so we'll say 10,000 is the cost. But then we'll have to deploy that software somewhere, right? So that is required infrastructure. Okay. So again, the infrastructure will cost you, let's say 20,000. So it is like your software is cheaper than the infrastructure. So what cloud provides that? Cloud provides the flexibility to have that infrastructure, but even you don't have to maintain that infrastructure. You don't have to look at the कि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है या नहीं है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी गया तो फिर साइट बंद हो जाएगा क्या. That's not happening. So that all has been maintained by the cloud. So there are basically three top leaders in the cloud technology: the Amazon Web Services (AWS), the GCP Google Cloud Platform, and the Azure Microsoft Azure. So if you ask out of these three, so all three are in demand. But as Amazon started earlier, so there are many services which Amazon provides. To learn this, what we can do, there are free accounts which you can create on the Amazon for 1 year, and you can play around the services. Okay, so you can have literally have a free account. You can create your servers using that free account, and then you can learn whatever services Amazon is providing or GCP is providing and Azure is providing. And if you think cloud as the next your career option, okay, so you can learn from any of these three technologies, either it be Amazon, Google, or Azure. Okay, to learn this again, you'll have to go to online courses and perform. For AWS, GCP, Google Cloud and Azure, they have their own certifications. So if you do any of the certification, and those are really easy. So when you opt for any online course, just look at it like whether they are providing help in having that certification. So nobody will give you that certificate. First thing, okay, they will only help you to achieve whatever topics there on in the certification. But to get a job in cloud technology, the certifications are mandatory. I will tell you the why the certification things are mandatory in any of the IT courses. So what happens? Let's say I'm graduated. Okay, now I'm in for interview. Okay, but how? Let's say in my graduation there was no topic on the cloud. There was no topic on data science. There are no topic on DevOps. Okay, and now as we create a resume, we entered all of the things what are there in market, okay, just to get the interview. So let's say I have entered cloud as AWS. Okay, now I went to interview. The interviewer asked me, okay, tell me what is cloud. So let's say we have read about it. So 5 minutes we can speak on the cloud. And then if you start asking us the actual questions or actual services which are there in cloud, we're not able to answer because we only understand the introduction of that technology. So what certification does? Let's say you have a resume wherein you have mentioned or you have that logo of Amazon wherein you are saying Amazon certified cloud practitioner. Okay, let's say for that matter. So of course, interview will understand that this guy understand the AWS, understand the cloud technology because he has the certifications. And there are different levels of the certifications. So for the beginner, it is really easy to have the certifications, and it is not the practical sort of exam. It's only you'll have to select the options, core options, and then you will get the certifications. So whenever you opt for any course on DevOps or in cloud, just look at whether they are assisting you to have the certifications. Okay, so that's the important part, and I think I really suggest you to explore these two opportunities. what I can understand from the current market, DevOps and the cloud technology. Because this is there in next 10, 20 years at least. And this will give you more opportunities because there are very less people who understand this. And demand is really high. And in terms of salary benefits, there is no limit of what you can achieve regardless of your experience. So it is not like if I have 1 year experience, then I will have 5 lakhs. If I have 2 years experience, then I will have 8 lakhs. Not like that. So it doesn't depend on your experience, but of course it depends on your knowledge and only knowledge, nothing else. I'll pause here for 2 minutes. So I like to have some questions on DevOps and cloud technologies, basically. If you can unmute yourself and ask question, that will be better, so that at least, because no one is speaking, so I'm not sure whether you guys are listening or not. Any questions from anyone on? Because these two topics are very hot currently. Questions, please.
Good morning, Sarvesh.
Yeah, good morning.
My name is Sarita Sarang. I have one doubt. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
Can you tell me which certification basically required for the blockchain?
So blockchain technologies, there are many institutes which provide not the blockchain as in the certification, but blockchain technology as a certification. But then if you go to blockchain, okay, you will end up in this crypto and all this word. That's the Web3 development, what is currently happening. Yeah, but there are online certifications for blockchain.
And which certification is basically considered for data science?
Data science,
Because
there is
there are
IIT.
n number of certifications are available in the market, right? So
Right,
which
right.
one is better for current
So
situation or current market?
what I have seen, there is one IIT Bangalore, which is giving the certification. It's an online certification, and they provide the masters of data science. IIT Bangalore. I'll search and maybe I'll give you that link also. Because that's the
Because
best.
nowadays students don't want to spend 2 years, entire 2 years for the study,
That,
right?
that's
They just want to earn easy money in the easy way.
So that's why I have specifically said 2 years, because let's say we do 3 years course, and sorry, 3 months course and 2 years course. Of course, there is a difference. Okay, 3 months course is for the people who already there in that market and just try to enhance or get the certification for the authority purpose, nothing else. But in 3 months, you can't understand data science. In 1 year, you can't understand data science. That I can write it 110%. So for data science, you will have to do 2 years ka post graduation, and that is the best. If you
And so if you
take
want to
it for
survive
long,
in the market
yeah,
for long period, then better you go for the 2 years course, right?
yes.
Okay. Thank you so
Now,
much, sir.
thank you so much, man. So, so one of my colleague who was working with us, and I think he has 8 years of experience. He has done that course of 2 years in parallel to his job. Okay, but I will not recommend. So Java, you can do 3 months, 6 months course. That's fine. For Python, you can do 3 months, 6 months. That's fine. In DevOps also, it will take at least 6 months, because DevOps is not in Java. We know, okay, Java we have studied. That means we are done. But that's not the case in the other technologies. Like in DevOps also, you will find hundred of tools which are there in DevOps. But if you figure it out, there are only 10, 15 tools which are mostly used by the industry. So that we can study. So I'll recommend on data science, if you're going, just give yourself 2 years, and I think you have that time. And if you search a salary for a data scientist, that will blow up your mind, because it's like less people of data science uh, currently available in the market. Okay, so that's the thing. In terms of cloud and DevOps, online courses are better. That can be done in 6 months, 3 months. And if you are doing it offline, just look at the placement perspective also, because you don't want to end up doing codes and then sitting idle. Okay. So I got some questions on better offline or online. See, currently, as of now, offline is not the option. Uh, Offline give you the advantage of having a personal talk, but many of the courses are online because uh, the the person who is uh, giving that course is not in India. So better you take a course from a people who is outside India, because you will have the better knowledge. If you are studying Java, I'll recommend offline is fine. DevOps also, let's say offline is fine, but DevOps offline online both are fine. In terms of this thing, cloud also, you can do it offline or online. That's not a problem. Data science again, as I recommended, that's IIT Bangalore or IIT Bangalore, right? So that you can opt for data science. That's a good course. Don't look at the fee at this point in time, because I can assure you, if you do good in that course, you can recover that fee in 1 or 2 months. So that's for sure. And as a data scientist, which language must be preferred? So there are different things. Uh, so let's say when we say data science, there is a data and there is a science behind it. So for data, you'll have to work on your big data technologies like Apache Spark or Kafka, Cassandra, like that. So there are many things when you say data scientist, when you are working in big data. Okay, but to understand those big data technology, let's say Apache Spark or let's say Python for that matter, you'll have to have your basics clear for that. So let's say when I say Python is a separate technology, but what we learn Python is only the 10% of what Python can do. Okay, Python is the best option to have if you are not uh, willing to work in Java or in .NET. When you learn Python, so indirectly you are into the big data and data science field. Okay, so I will prefer Python as the language. And when we say science in the data science, so science will have models. So there are R is the tool wherein you can create that model. That model also can be created in Python. So I'll prefer Python as a data science language. And of course, if you want to become data scientist, a specialist, then you'll have to understand maths behind that also. Uh, we have one more question, which
Student just wait. I think sir is having some internet issue.
disconnect internet. Okay, now I'm back. Yeah. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me all? Hello,
Yes, Sarvesh.
I think I lost the questions. If you guys can put it again, that will be better. So one question was on the product part. I didn't get that question. So if you guys can put up the questions again, that will be fine. So we were talking about the data science. So to understand data science, we'll have to understand the data first, and you can't understand data unless you are in that particular industry. Okay, so even if you do course on data science, okay, on 2 3 months wala course, that will not help because they are not able to help you in understanding the data. Okay, so first you will have to understand the data, then only you can provide a solution or a model for a data. So for data science, I'll 110% recommend you to do at least a course of 2 years or a graduation for data science for 2 years, and that will help you. Okay. Uh, can you guys please?
Okay, Sarvesh, I will read the question. What are the eligibility criteria for taking admission in data science? Because students are selected strictly on the merit list.
Right. So it depends on the university again. So university to university, and those are all online universities. So if you go and search for one course wherein they might be asking the graduation, but it's not very specific, or there is no any entrance exam uh, you will have to pass out, just like CET and all. So that's not the case. So there will be minimum criteria, and let's say it might happen that they will require, let's say, 1 year experience or 2 year experience. So even if you are working, let's say you got a job, okay, and you're working for 1 or 2 years, after that also you can switch your career to data science. That is also fine, but I don't see any specific requirement or eligibility criteria for that matter. But uh, of course the graduation is compulsory for that. It depends on the university also, uh, their eligibility.
Okay, next question is, as a web developer, which skills are required?
As a web developer, is it web developer, man?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so as a web developer, as I can understand, web development is again a huge field. Otherwise, if you talk 10 years back, there was only few technologies like JSP. You have to understand JavaScript. If you know JSP, that's fine. You can work as a web developer. But currently, uh, you'll have to understand the responsive. What is responsive? What are the different UI UX framework available in the market? Plus, in web technologies, there are some framework that Node.js, AngularJS, or Angular for that matter. So let's say if you guys have heard about full stack developer, okay, what is full stack developer is a person who can understand both front end technology, back end technology, and the database part also. Okay, so in terms of development, uh, uh, as a job, okay, if you are a full stack developer, then you are the uh, most welcome guy, and you will have the most of the opportunities because you understand all the things from the development starting from front end. So for front end, I'll recommend you to learn Angular uh, or React. Okay, Angular, React, or Node. Okay, these three technology. From three, I'll recommend you to learn Angular. Okay. On backend, I'll recommend to learn Java and Spring Boot. Okay. So if you know Java, Spring Boot, and the Angular, you have the higher chances to get placed. Even if you are a graduate, uh, even if you have not done any course, but you understand this technology, uh, so you have the higher chances. We'll talk on the placement part on the later stage of this discussion. Okay, I hope that answered the question. So web technologies, Angular, Node.js, and React.js.
Okay, next question is it required that we need to aware about networking while learning cloud computing?
Yes, yes. But let's say if you know what is IP, what is the DNS, what is proxy, so that's pretty much it. Okay. Uh, if you ever go to Google Cloud, okay, sorry, yeah, Amazon Cloud, okay, just create your account, okay, and once you create account, you will be able to see there are services. It's not like you are going to code everything, okay. So when we say, uh, let's say I have to create one server, okay. So earlier what we used to do, we'll have that CD wherein we can install the Windows OS and everything. So that's not the case with the cloud. You're not going to do that, the hard job, okay. So that's the reason this cloud platform help us. So you'll have to just enter, okay, I want Windows 10, I want let's say 1 giga of hard drive, like that. So whatever configurations you will enter, you just have to click on submit. But if I have to create a server, which service I should use, that's the thing only you're going to learn in the any cloud framework. Let's say in network specifically, we'll have to have this basic understanding of what is proxy, or what are the jump servers, how DNS works, and how you can set the proxy, what are the basics Linux command that runs. So that basic understanding is required, but not the advanced part, because that advanced part is going to be handled by AWS, because you are going to only configure, and you will have to have the understanding of which service needs to be used when I, let's say, have to create a new proxy server, or let's say when I have to create one gateway, or let's say when I have to create any a load balancer. So just you'll have to remember what is the service which I should use. There are n number of services uh, which cloud platform provide, like Amazon and Google Cloud. You'll have to have the understanding of which service should be used in what point in time. That's it.
Okay, next question is sir, काम के कम pressure और decent salary किस में है? Database related jobs, automation field, application development field, cloud technologies.
कम से कम काम.
काम में कम pressure और decent salary.
I don't think so. In any four of this field have compression. So let's take an example of database. Okay. So database, if you work for a small company, okay, of course data size will be very less, and you will not have any pressure. You will not have that great salary. You will not have that great learning. So if this is fine, then you can choose the small company for the database. Let's say if you work for any financial institute, let's say for that matter, SBI. Okay. So when we say SBI, and let's say you're working on the database, so of course there will be huge data. Of course there will be a responsibility. I will not say pressure. It's a responsibility that you'll have to take, and of course there will be a opportunity to learn, and uh, opportunity to get more salary. Pressure will be always there in any of the any field for that matter. but I think how you take it is important. Can't take pressure of work, uh, but when you are in pressure, that time only you learn. I think. Let's say if you don't have any exams, so I don't think so. Many of you have read the books. So there is a pressure of exam. That's why we open the books.
Right,
That's a
right.
simple thing. And cloud technology, you will definitely have a pressure. Cloud and DevOps, but not that much. But let me tell you one example. Let's say uh, you're working for, again, let's say SBI. Okay, one of the application is down, server is down, and as a cloud expert, you are there. So again, you are in pressure. You'll have to up that. You'll have to check what is happening, and you have to provide solution in very fast uh, time. You can't just chill out and ठीक है आराम से करके देंगे. That's not the case. Any industry, any technology, there will be a pressure. When there is a pressure, there is a higher salary. If there is no pressure, then nobody is going to pay you higher, because it's your skill, and uh, of course what the company is working in. So that's the reason. There is no easy money for now.
Okay, next question is after TY, what we should do? Learn more about language like Java, Python, or are we go for particular career option like data science, cloud technology, etc.?
Okay, so this is depends on your personal liking. So Java, you will have to Java is a separate thing. So once you learn Java, you'll have to learn the frameworks also. Let's say Spring Boot,